Fantastic afternoon. You're going to learn something really important that I'm extremely passionate about. And that's how to choose a healer for you, whether it's a Reiki healer, it's going to be an energy healer, or something else. It's very paradoxical. So what I'm going to share with you is a little bit counterintuitive. However, most correct things are counterintuitive. The things that truly work are counterintuitive. My name is Eric Michael, founder of the Power Life System, and I'm here to help you live a more awakened life. And since you're here with me, click the subscribe and the notification, because I have a lot of fantastic content that's going to help you have more money, more time, better health, be fitter, have more energy, just be like the light when you go into the room, be that boom. Like a good analogy is Tom Cruise. You see him, he goes in, boom, he's making physical contact, he's smiling, he's the light in the room, he's the light in wherever he is, and he's inspiring others to have that even greater vibration and energy wherever he goes. Be that. So let me give you a little bit of a story first, and then I'll go into the points. I was looking on YouTube for different styles of healing. I've been talking to some different shamans in Brazil. It's very well known in the Amazon region. There's a long history of shamans, and it started out when I was listening to an interview with one who was very, very, very powerful in terms of healing, but not just on healing, on diagnosing, feeling the energy of individuals. So I started watching on YouTube, and I started watching. They have this little thing to quote measure to see if your chakras are out of balance. And then they do this, and I heard them say things like all kinds of things. I'll go into more detail momentarily. And I will tell you that most of those who I watched, well, maybe they're all contributing at a certain level. However, I would suggest that you watch out for most of them, or really everyone I saw on YouTube. I stopped even looking after maybe the 5th or 6th or 7th one, because the things they're doing, I don't believe are going to give you the greatest benefit, and let me tell you why. And what to look for if you do go out and look for an individual as a healer. I also went to, a couple days ago, 2-3 days ago, I went to a seminar from a person who is supposed to be a guru who had lived many years in India. They're the Brazilian, and they were talking about a book. It's about this thick, about how to live this inspired life. So I felt a pretty good vibe from the person. I'm all about an energy connection, not just the words. So I didn't talk a lot. We briefly had an interaction. I talked. I said, thank you for sharing. It was great. I enjoyed it. And then I focused more on the connection of energy. But then they were walking out, and I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great to have a picture for my Instagram? I don't remember if I thought Instagram, but I thought it would be great to have a picture with the person. So then they were walking out, and then I said, excuse me, please, would it be possible to have a picture? And they literally got upset at me. They made this face like, ugh, you want a picture? And I thought to myself, I said, whoa, hold on a second here. This is the guru on life and talking about this infinite love and energy, and they just got pissed. They just showed anger, like an anger response at me for asking for a picture. Obviously, I could have asked for it at a better time. I recognize that. But I'm all about being spontaneous. So my point from these few examples is that, well, and in that same conference, I was a friend of mine. We had done yoga together, and she was exhausted. She had bloodshot eyes. She was tired. She probably would just finish training yoga again. And so I asked her. I said to her, do you want some more energy? And she goes, yeah. So I said, well, hold up your hand. And so then I focused on all the infinite energy. I channeled it into her. And then she said, whoa, I feel it. I feel more energy. I feel awake. This is great. And I said, good. And then we're focusing on this person speaking. So let me go now into these stories. There's a point behind the stories. And let me help you understand, and let me tell you one more story, is that my parents are both doctors in psychology. So I grew up around the whole concept of actually helping people. And my dad shared with me something really interesting. He said that he was all about helping someone improve. In other words, he was charging for his advice as a psychologist, a doctor in psychology. And he told me about how some people would drag it on, which I guess, monetarily wise, they would receive more money. But he was all about, hey, make the change as fast as possible, and wasn't about, I want to hook them in and get them going many times. So with those stories, let me illustrate the points. When you're looking for a healer, the first thing is that if they're waving something to test your chakras, run. Don't walk, you run away. Why? Because anybody who is, quote, holding themselves as a healer needs to be able to sense your chakras. I can sense it all the time. If I'm with someone, I will guide them. I will say, hey, here. I say, be with me. Bring it from here to here, present. I can feel with chakra, and you can start to sense it, and whether you see it visually or you can sense it, where it's, you can sense it and then you know where it is. You can sense this. So you don't need this little thing to spin that it's, you don't need that. I think the stones and the crystals are wonderful. I'm probably going to buy a couple just to put around the house. They're wonderful sources of energy. However, if you're going to a healer who holds themselves out to be a healer, I was watching one with this crystal and they're holding it. If they're holding themselves out to be a healer, they need to be able to channel the energy, just like I do. Let's say a friend who's tired or needs some healing, or if I need accelerated healing in a part of me, they need to be able to channel it themselves, okay? Another thing that's really, really key is they need to help empower you. If the person says to you, no, you're gonna need to come back again and again and again, go, run. Go find one who's gonna empower you, because the true healing is happening, that should happen from you. Where they guide you maybe to the first step, you do it, and then you come back and they guide you to the next step, and then they can heal you. They can help demonstrate how you're gonna be feeling it when you go to the session. Because ultimately the empowerment and the ultimate spiritual mission here is not to have a troca. They say in Brazil, when you have a troca, which is like some kind of exchange, which means that I give them money and they give me knowledge. Well, that's not what it's about. What it's about is transforming the world into what it's supposed to be. What the world is supposed to be is billions of individuals who are now tapping into this infinite energy. So we take our evolution. Okay, we've gone through the agricultural revolution, we've gone through technology, now we're into the artificial intelligence, which is a bot. Come on, I played with bots on computers when I was 18 years old. But okay, so that's the new revolution. Okay, let's call it that. But the next stage, or the stage that we need to move to, is out of the Facebook of what's in it for me, of what's in it for the world, and transform the world into the energy connection where we look beyond, oh, they're Asian, oh, they're black, oh, they're white, to, oh, their energy, they need this. Let's send them the energy they need. Okay, so the healer for you needs to be connected with that greater mission. While at the same time, obviously, you come in with something that you need to solve. They're going to be empowering you to solve that, but at the same time helping you expand and awaken your awareness so that whatever was used to solve it, you've gained some of that knowledge and ability so that you can then transform your life and the lives of others and ultimately the world. So there's a bigger picture here. Another one is you need to look at the healer. I was looking at these healers who are out of shape, overweight, and their energy level was like, yes, I'm going to be healing you. And I'm just looking at that and I'm like, I was just amazed. If you go to someone to be healed, if they're out of shape, okay, if they've had an injury or something like that, and they're recovering from an injury, that's okay, understandable. But if they've made the decision, if they're perfectly fine physically, and they're out of shape and their energy is not like here, then run. It's because anybody who has this ability, and I actually ran into a friend of mine, it's a couple, some of my best friends in Brazil, Manu and Lucio. Manu has this ability. She has the energy. She's connected. She can see it and she can feel it. And she talks to me about it. And she empowers other people, but she's in the physical training and health areas, and it's beautiful. But you can feel her energy. So the level you're going to feel it at, though, is going to depend on how open and aware you are. So ideally, you would feel something just from their presence, maybe a little bit more. Depending on where you are, at least feel a little bit more peace or calm or connection. If you don't, then be a little bit more wary, but it could be that you need to open up a little bit more. The next one is that if they tell you that you may not feel anything, then run. I have never transmitted energy. I could go just right now, we could open up your chakras and you will feel something right now. Every time I do that, the person is a little more calm, a little more present, just by doing that, 30 seconds. So if they tell you you're not, I heard that on some of on some of these example trainings, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Run, don't walk away. So another thing that you should be looking for when you're looking for some type of healer or someone who's going to help take you to the next step, but focusing on healing, is that a part of it needs to be on helping prepare you and then the healing session to get the maximum results. So I'll give you an example. Is yesterday I was talking with a friend of mine from Italy, and she said, when I was talking about giving energy and transmitting it, and she came and she said, oh, well, I want to be energized, do it to me now. And it went through my mind that like there's a certain attitude and receptivity, and it's not a game, and it's not something where I do it to show that I can do it. It's that you do it out of love. You see someone who needs it, and you give it because they need it, not because they want you to show whatever skill you have. So clearly I did not do it. Another example is I was with another friend, and I was helping guide her with to help bring her to the next level spiritually. We were connecting with the trees and feeling the energy and the animals and the birds in the park. And then we went out and we were by the train station, and there was a man, and he was hitting on his wife. I don't know if it was his wife, on the woman he was with, okay? And so we were sitting there waiting for, I believe it was an Uber we had called, and it was kind of an ugly scene. And I said to her, I said, so what do they need? Because someone's only going to be angry and committing physical violence if they need something. So I said, somehow it led to, whether she said it or I said, it looks like he needs some love. So let's send him love and feeling good about himself. Because when you feel great about yourself, you give more love because you're already filled. So then we closed our eyes, and I said, visualize it. You're radiating out this love to him. And then a couple minutes later, he stopped hitting her. And he just walked by. And then she came up, and she was upset for some reason. And we told her, no, calm down. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. In summary, when you're looking for a healer, whether it's a Reiki healer or another type of energy type of healer, there are some incredible ones out there who literally, they've been born with the gift or an inclination in that direction, and then they've developed it, and it's it's just this incredible gift. You want to look for one who is going to help prepare you for the receptivity before the session, that you're going to feel something. Likely you're going to feel more energized, more peace, you're going to feel good. At the same time, whatever they're focusing on to heal you specifically. They're not going to be using these little tools and things like that because they need to have the ability in themselves to channel it. They're also going to be helping empower you with some knowledge, at least some things based on where you are, because it's all about communicating based on where you are, so you're receptive and can bring it to the next step comfortably and easily. They're going to be living the illustration to the best of their physical capability of health, vitality, energy, and as you're able to see it and perceive it more, a white radiance, where a focus on others of love and of doing something for other people. If you're still with me, click the subscribe and click the bell, because I have lots of fantastic information for you. May you use this to find the true gems of healers out there, which can fantastically improve your life. And we can help guide those ones who maybe are doing some of this other stuff to really up their game if they truly desire to be real healers, real energy healers. Fantastic energy to you, lots of love, infinite from the universe, from the ocean, from all these birds and the people playing down there and having lots of fun. I am now going to sit down and manage and coordinate the 5 companies to help make the world a better place through those. I look forward to seeing you, virtually speaking, on a future video.